All right, Cancer, let's start your reading. So, this is for the Cancers, and I'm using the Good Tarot, which is an unusual deck for me. So, we're just going to take 5 cards. I just cut the deck. We're going to take 5 cards from the top. They're going to tell us a story about what's going on right now for Cancer. King of Air. Okay. All right, big energy, very smart energy, very clever, intellectual energy. This can be a doctor, this can be a lawyer, this can be a judge. This is somebody who is very much in charge and in control. This is interesting because this one has a mask. So it's telling me that you may be getting like a message or a message, a communication from somebody. You're not going to see them face to face. You maybe don't even know exactly who that person is. You may have never met them. You may not know what they look like, but you might be receiving a message from somebody in some sort of higher up capacity, yeah. So it's not necessarily that you have a direct interaction with this person. Could be, but so there's a big head honcho, important person in front of you. Then, oh, they're calling you. Yeah, you're getting a message. It's number 20. It's judgment. So you're hearing back from somebody. Yeah, maybe you've communicated too, but you're getting the feedback. You're hearing back from somebody. Maybe you put out a job application. You're hearing back from a recruiter or something like that, or someone it just really feels like someone you haven't met before, but you're hearing back. So the call is sort of like, you turned in the paper and now you get the grades back. So they're responding to you. They have some feedback. They have information for you. They could be calling you. Then you have High Priestess. What is this about? They might have some intuitive information. You may intuit what this is about. You may be thinking, what is this, that you know part of what this is about. They could have a spiritual message. They could be coming with a partial message. So there's this whole other part of the story, but they're coming to you with part of the story. They're revealing something to you. This person could be very controlling, actually. I'm having a hard time discerning what, like, this self-control, because they're not actually saying anything. Their mouth looks very much shut here. This could be an older person sending a message, but you know that there's something buried. Maybe you don't quite know what to do with this message, and it's pricked your intuition. You're a little bit like, what is this? What's going on here? Something doesn't seem right. It seems right, it looks right, but something also doesn't seem quite right, does it? It's hard to tell with the High Priestess. What you do know is you know something and you don't know something else about it. Is that thing you don't know necessarily like dangerous or harmful, or is it just partially revealed? There's still a lot you don't know. Maybe they come to you with a job offer, but they don't give the the pay amount or something like that. There's well, why wouldn't you just have that out front? What's going on with that? So then we have 3 of Fire. Oh, you have a lot of faith in this though. This sparks something, maybe even spiritually. Like maybe you read something or you listen to something. It could be anonymous, or it could be someone you don't know, like just on YouTube or something like that. But there's some clear communication. It awakens something in you, perhaps. And you start to intuit that maybe this is a path you do need to go down, even though there's a lot you don't know about it. It seems very specifically that you're listening to someone speak or someone talk, or somebody saying something that does awaken something within you. 3 of Fire is like you're on fire. You're ready to go. You want to move forward. You have a lot of faith. This ignites some sort of faith or belief. This seems very promising, actually. If something's been awakened in you, sort of like an intuition perhaps about where you need to go, and then along with that comes a lot of faith and a lot of belief and a lot of confidence that you can actually get there. This is something you can do. This is some place where you can go. And then the Tower card. But this Tower card is, you have a lot of faith, but there's some sort of crisis. But this is a rebuilding Tower card. This Tower card from this deck talks about the rebuilding process where something was sort of taken away or destroyed or lost. And it needed to be, it was time, and it can still be painful, even though we all know it's time for that to be lost. It's time for that to be over. Someone that was very much in charge of your life, a teacher, a parent, or something like that. We can see that this person, that this isn't going to work anymore. So this Tower card, though, talks about the rebuilding. So I often talk about towers as like a Lego tower that you build, and then your little sibling comes and kicks it down. But you're rebuilding it again. And here's what you've learned. You actually would like some windows. You actually would like to use a variety of pieces and not just like have, you know, this floor is blue, this floor is red, this floor, you kind of want it all interspersed. Like you learned a lot from the first time, so you can rebuild a better tower, and maybe even like a less, maybe you're going to put this tower in your room and not in the playroom where your younger siblings are more, you know, apt to get to it. Or maybe you're going to make it more of a pyramid so that it's not quite so tippy. There's just like things that you've learned, and there's a sense of rebuilding after all of these lessons and things that didn't work out. There's a sense of building back stronger, and it's like there's almost a sense of this time it's going to work. I have this foreboding of like, it's like Lucy with the football. Is it going to work? Does this person, can anything ever work? I mean, I don't usually see that with King of Air, but there is a sense of rebuilding, knowing better. And you have a lot of faith that, I see what I need to do now. I see what I need to do next. You've gotten some feedback and it's sparked something in you. You've heard something, it sparked something in you, and then you're going to move forward, sort of rebuilding, maybe even in the same location, in the same area, in these ruins, right? You're still, with the Lego tower, you're still using the same pieces. We're not just throwing away all those pieces and getting all new Lego pieces. You're going to use a lot of what you've already used before, but due to this feedback that you're getting, you're reconstructing something differently. So you kind of have this sort of epiphany and kind of put together, maybe you get some feedback back on your resume or something, and you put it together a little differently now. So do you rebuild? You're like, oh, okay, that's not working. Now I have to rebuild. So that is your reading. And then I just feel like we need to close it off. So we're going to do a feather. What feather is it? Pelican. Pelican is one of my favorite birds because it seems so unlikely. Like this big giant bird is flying. It's a little bit like, reminds me of the bird version of like a lead balloon or something like that. Like what? I love to watch them fly too. They're so beautiful. Okay, Pelican, choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. Awesome. This is a little bit of that rebuilding too. So choose to follow the path of forgiveness, raise your vibration. It's your vibration. You're the one that has it. You're the one that's in charge of your vibration. So, of your attitude and your tone, you're the one that's in charge of that. And apparently forgiveness, I think it is like this heaviness, and we're rising up despite the heaviness. All right. Ciao. See you next time.